you have a mute button on your computer or on your phone. If you want to hit mute until we do questions and stuff later, that just allows us not to have a lot of extra audio background. And then NEB, obviously, when it is your turn, unmute yourself. If you can't find the mute button and you're on a computer, it's that little green button. Just hit mute. All right, so we're going to start, guys, with our intros to NEB. Many of you guys have met some of us, and when you're new, it's hard to meet all of the National Executive Board members because it's really hard to get all of us in the same place at once. Ask us when we have meetings. Sometimes it's crazy. So this is our way to kind of do it online for you guys because we'll live kind of all over the states. So we'll start off with
me. Hi, everyone. My name is Karen Du Bois, and I'm your national sponsor. You see some pictures here of my two sons. Caden is in the hot pink and Shane's in the purple, and my husband Phil. And we live up in Maine, an hour north of Portland, Maine. And yes, it's sad to say we are already having our leaves starting to turn up here. But I'm originally from Ohio. I went to Ohio Northern University for undergrad, so I'm an alumna from Alpha Omega. And so excited that football season is here. Definitely still cheered loudly for Ohio State. And I just look forward to a great year with you guys.
awesome. Next is Jennifer.
Hi, everybody. I am just calling in with my phone tonight, so I don't have my slide in front of me. I am told I've mentioned my husband and my kids, so I can tell you about them. I live in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, which is right outside of Tulsa. Scott and I celebrate 10 years of marriage this Friday, and we have a big trip planned starting next Friday, so I'm very excited about that. And then I have 3 kids. Charlotte is 7. She's in 2nd grade. Natalie is 4 going on 16, and she will be 5 in October. She's in pre-K, so she just started school. And then I stay home with Paige, and she is 19 months, and they are just the lights of my life almost every day except when they're screaming at me, which happens almost every day too. I went to Oklahoma State University in Stillwater, Oklahoma at the Theta chapter, and I joined in 2004. I served at the local, Cora, and national level, and I've been on the NEB. This is my 9th year total, and this is my 4th year as national president. And I am going to cut out of the meeting before it ends. I'm actually sitting outside of my small group house. So I'm going to go back in a few minutes and join them. But happy to be here as your national president for another year and looking forward to a great year.
All right, awesome. Okay, next is me. So for those of you guys who have not met me, I'm Sam McDonald. You'll see it listed as Samantha, but most people just call me Sam. It's just a little bit easier that way. So Sam McDonald, I'm your National Program Director. I was an active at Miami University Lambda in Ohio. I live right now currently in Nashville, Tennessee with my best friend and our dogs. And I was a zookeeper, so if you knew me or have known me before or heard of me, I'm that lady who's a zookeeper. Unfortunately, the Lord, or fortunately, depending on how you want to look at it, the Lord has changed my path for the time being, and now I work in a management training program with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. So it's been a huge swap in my life, but it's been pretty good. Traveling is a huge passion of mine. I've been to 5 of the 7 continents already. I have 2 to go. I've served on multiple positions. When I was in my active chapter, I was Gamma Core Program Director, and then took about a year off or so, and then became National Program Director. So I'm super excited for this year. I'm really excited for Council. We've got a lot of exciting things planned for you guys, and so we think you will definitely love it. Okay.
Amanda McKinney is our national treasurer, and Amanda is a graduate of West Liberty. which is Beta Beta chapter in Zeta Cora. She and her husband have two beautiful girls that you can see pictured here, Madeline and Carson. And Amanda is not only our national treasure, but she's actually a math teacher as well. So if you have any questions concerning finances, dues waivers, any of that, Amanda is your go-to person. Whoops.
All right, and Kristen is not here with us, but Kristen is our national secretary. For her professional life, she's the Director of Advising and Student Success at Terra State Community College. She joined Kappa Phi at Ohio Wesleyan University, the Beta Gamma chapter. She spends as much of her free time as possible with her son Gregory and husband Mike while at home in Fremont, Ohio. She also loves to craft, bike, sing in the church choir, shop and garage sales, and collect anything pink rose paraphernalia. And trust me, that's the truth.
Sorry, I hit. Okay, I believe Marissa is on with us.
Yeah, hi everyone, it's Marissa. I'm your National Pledge Coordinator. I was an active at Ohio Wesleyan University, which is the Beta Gamma chapter, and I graduated in the spring of 2015. I just finished a summer at Camp Blue Diamond, which is where I've worked many summers and actually grew up living during the summer because my dad works there. I just moved to Pittsburgh after this summer, and it says I was job hunting, but I actually had an interview yesterday, and I have a job now at a floral shop. I'm very excited. I was a botany major, so I like plants, but I'll be in the front end, like taking orders and helping customers and doing whatever they need me to do. So I'm excited about that. And the picture up there on the right is me with my fiance Emmett, and we're getting married next summer. So that's a little bit of me.
I don't believe Marie is on this evening. Marie Smith is our National Alumni Secretary, and Marie lives up in Alaska. And she went undergrad at Bowling Green State University, Alpha Gamma, and she is the one that will help coordinate everything with our alumni chapters and then our most recent graduates to make sure that they stay involved in Kappa Phi.
All right, and it looks like Catherine couldn't join us either, but Catherine Bost. She is the Alpha Core Coordinator, and she was a member of the Beta Theta chapter at Texas A&M. And you can see her in the middle. That is with her husband Lee, and then she has her daughter Maggie and stepson Trace. And she is a teacher, I believe, at Pearland down there? And she works heavily in the school district, and she's very passionate. She's a huge, as you can see, a Texas A&M fan.
And unfortunately, Angela Haskell, our Gamma Cora coordinator, was not able to make it. Angela's having some back issues, so if you could keep her in prayer, that would be great. But Angela is a graduate of Ohio Northern University, so she is an Alpha Omega alum. And in her full time, she is a clinical pharmacist out of Cincinnati, Ohio. And she and her husband have two children, and you see Natalie and Connor here, and then you can see Chris, and then their her stepdaughter Madison.
Hi, everybody. I'm Heather. I was an active at Alpha Kappa chapter at Penn State, and I'm one of the charter members of the Central Pennsylvania alums. Still in State College. I kind of came back after a few years being away. Involved with my church singing in the choir. Those of you that know me well know that I'm a big Penn State football, volleyball, and basketball fan, and I'm a huge Pittsburgh Steelers fan. So the little Rugrats up in the top on the right are my nephews and niece, who are a little aged more than that now, but they are 6, 3, and 3, and then there's another one on the way. And then one of the things that I'm really passionate about, in addition to Kappa Phi, is being involved in the music camp program at Camp Lambeck, and our staff picture from this summer is on the bottom left.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Okay, hey everybody, I am Ann Lewis. I am this coming year's council marshal, so I'm very excited about that. To get to realize kind of a Kappa Phi dream of mine of getting to be on the NEB. I am a brand new alum from the Alpha Omega chapter at Ohio Northern University. Go Bears! There I was the treasurer, the editor, chaplain. I was Gamma Corps Rosebud, a whole bunch of stuff. The biggest thing in my life is I have 30 more days till I get married to my amazing fiance Nathan. So that is my life right now. That is just about every waking moment that I'm awake is consumed by wedding stuff. We attend Southbrook Church in Miamisburg, Ohio, which is a really awesome church. And I am a huge sports fan, and I can't play them, but I love going to different sporting events, and so I'm very excited about football season as well.
All right, so now this is going to be the part of I almost called it a WebEx, but it's not because we're not using WebEx. But the part of our meeting where we're going to go over kind of programming 101, using our programming drive, and kind of some basics about what that means for you and your chapter throughout the year. So these are the few things we're going to go over. We're going to go over the theme for this year, for 2016-2017. Program director, what is that position? What is asked of me? Kind of what that role is. What is the programming drive? When I say those words, does that make sense to you? Are you totally lost? If that's the case, we'll fix that. And how do I use that? And why do we call it a drive? Some of you who used to have been familiar with it remember us saying programming CDs. What's the change now? If you've heard both. A little Google Drive basic location of a couple things on where it is, as well as what is a program book and what are blue cards, and why will I say those two words together all the time. All right, so this is our 2016-2017 theme. So discover whose you are. For anyone who was at core conference, this was the theme of the weekend, as well as with the theme that will continue throughout the year. So here's our theme verse, 2 Corinthians 3:18. And we all, with unveiled face, beholding the glory of the Lord, are being transformed into the same image from one degree of glory to another. For this comes from the Lord who is in the Spirit. The theme statement really kind of explains, guys, exactly what we wanted our girls as well, actives and alums, to really get out of this verse and kind of get out of this year, to kind of prepare ourselves and take some time to look inward and discover truly whose we are in Christ. And we also have a song every year. The song is Let Me Be by Caedmon's Call. If you have not listened to it, I urge you to take some time to listen to it on YouTube, as well as share both the song and the lyrics with the girls in your chapters, both actives and alums, because this really allows them, we purposely pick a song that goes with the theme, and it really just kind of adds another layer to it of really what we're meaning by discovering whose you are. Program director. So who is that? What does that mean? Etc. So if you are the program director, this is a perfect opportunity to get a little bit of info on that. If you've never been it, or if you've done it before and you still haven't heard, or if you aren't but you know who your program director is, I really urge you to pass along some information to whoever that is. So their job is to plan and coordinate the different programs that are going to go on throughout the year. This doesn't have to be done alone. Please ask for help from your president, chaplain, and other executive board members. This is a group. You are a board together. Your little cabinet, you can do all of these things together. It doesn't have to be all done by you. And every time you guys do a theme or do a program, we ask that you try to include the theme as well as try to rotate through the 4 pillars. We have all 4 of them. You know, study, service, fellowship, and worship. I know it sounds like a big job, but it's really important that you guys coordinate those together. The other really important part of program director is communication. We really, really need you guys to communicate with us, your program directors, both at the core and the national level, as well as the rest of your core board. And when you guys have questions about things that are going on, communication, shoot us an email, send us a text. If you need both either the email or the phone numbers, those are easily given. We can give those to you guys quickly, and you can really reach out to us if you guys have any questions. And then the last 2 things that are super important for the program director is putting together that program book and submitting blue cards, which blue cards are going to be, you're going to have help from other cabinet members, etc., and we'll go over those a little bit later. Programming drive. What does that mean? So what we do is much like a hard drive where you're going to put things together, important papers, documents, presentations, etc. The National Programming Committee, which contains myself, the 3 core program directors, so from Alpha, Gamma, and Zeta, all together, as well as the National Chaplain, come together every year and put together literally a book of programs. Now, many moons ago, it was probably all physical printed out pages, but now that we're in this, technological age, we have put it all digitally. And so that makes it easy for us to get it to you, for us to share it with you and to share it with each other, and to check it out no matter kind of where we are. So it's all the essentials that you guys can really need throughout the year to implement the program. We do everything for you. So like we mentioned, program director, you're going to be doing a lot of these programs. Hint, hint, the NPC has done almost more than about 75% of that work for you. We have studies, worships, fellowships, service, activities, Bible studies, devotions. We have them all literally on the programming drive for you to use. So that's super important. Okay, next slide. So what does it contain? Like I said, it's going to have all of this stuff. It'll have theme information, so tools for introducing the themes to your chapter every year. Many a times it'll have exactly the way we introduce the theme either at that core conference or at that actual council, depending on what year it was. A lot of the activities, devotions, and Bible studies that we did at council and or the conference. So if you were there and you saw something that you really, really loved, well, guess what? We made sure that we wrote down the instructions and we put it on the drive for you. So materials for each of the 4 pillars, like I said, we're going to put these together for you guys to make sure. We don't want the job of the program director to feel hard. When you come up to these other levels, we do the work for you. We know that you're in school, so we do so much of this, so it can be a very simple task for you guys. Also on that programming drive will be information that we need you guys to put in your program book every year, as well as just more information for you guys as program directors. How can I use it? Use those devotions, studies, and worship activities. If I'm going to say it once, I'm going to say it 100 times. However, you can also add to it. We've had many times during the years that different chapters have had really stellar programs. We've heard about them. We've seen them. They've shared them with us as NEB members, but they're so great that we want them to share them with all of you. So there is a way to add to the programming drive. So any great ideas that you guys have for each of the pillars or different things, share them with each other, share them with the executive board, and if you don't know how to add it, you want to know if you're allowed to add it or you want us to show you how to, we can definitely do that because we would love to share these programs with each other. The reason we went from a drive to a CD, the drives can have instant change. We're able to share all this programming throughout the year no matter what time it is. It's not kind of once I give you the CD, it's obviously full. For those of you who are old enough to remember when we burned CDs, once you kind of add to it, you can't add to it again. Well, The programming drive is unlike that. We can add to it all the time. It's a portable hard drive. So if I probably missed it before, but it is, when I say programming drive, it's on Google Drive. So it's through your email addresses. So you can access it from wherever you are, whether you log into your personal computer, log into a computer in a library, log into a friend's computer. Once you log into your email, you can actually access the drive from wherever you are. And you can also access the drive through your phone. There is a Google Drive app that you can go through there. I use it all the time. So there's folders for different categories. It's a way to keep everything organized, and like I said, you can find it through your email. So here's an example. This is a screenshot of my email. So this is my Google email, my KP program director. If you look at that top corner, that little red arrow is kind of a place where there's these little 9 boxes. So to find a Google Drive while you're logged in, you're just going to click those boxes, and then this pops up. So if you look at that little triangle, that's the Google Drive. So that's literally your mobile hard drive. So you would click on that. Ta-da! Look at all of these awesome files and folders and programming. Like I said, Bible study, council programming, devotions, fellowships, program book, service, theme, worship, etc. So this was the programming CD, the programming drive that we didn't just give you guys in April, but the one that you guys got the year before, right after council. So this has everything that happened in the last council for the 100th celebration. And so if you look where my little red circle is, all of those little dots, etc., those are all the people that it shared with. So it's shared with over 57 different people. So if you don't have it, it can be shared with you. If you would like it, if you need to add someone, you can add someone. So that little add button, what has the plus sign at the very end of that little circle I did, that's how you add someone. So you can, if you need to add it with more girls in your chapter, more people want to see it, that's fine. Normally it is definitely shared with the president, the sponsor, program director, and many times the chaplain as well. But if there are more people in your chapter, more executive members that need access to the drive, please give them access. There are different ways and different kind of settings that we can do, but we do want everyone to see it. It's not a secret. It's not a secret thing. This is for everybody to see. And then if you look over on the left, this is how you add stuff. So if you have something you want to add, over on this left where it says new, you can add and you can upload either a document or a whole file. So you can create one on here, or you can add one that is already created. So that's a great way to share those really awesome programs. If you guys have something that your girls really responded to and that you love, you can shoot me an email and say, hey, I really love this. I want to add this. I'm going to put it on the programming drive. I'll say, great, you add it, and then I'll probably maybe just move it into a folder. And then I can actually send a notification to let everybody that has shared with this. I can send an email out and let everyone know, hey, by the way, so-and-so chapter shared a really great program. When you have a minute, please check it out. Program books. What are they? So for those who don't know, every year we ask your chapters to submit a program book to us. What it is, it's much like a yearbook of your chapter's year. It kind of tells us about the girls, tells us about your chapter in general, so kind of like the history, when you guys started, etc. A little bit about the calendar and the stuff that you guys plan throughout the year, things that you have going on. And you're going to include stuff about our theme as well. So it needs to go, and Heather just sent a message, which is definitely right. When you're done with it, please email or mail it to the national sponsor, the core coordinators, and core presidents and program directors, your own sponsor, and you can also send it to your chapter members if it's digital. Share it with your girls. Let them see what you guys put together. Have them help you put it together. That's totally fine too. If you have questions, please ask. Look at past examples or ask for different examples. And we have a list of all the things that we definitely need in there. So double check with us and other executive members also. We have them due October 29th, which is a Saturday. So you can either submit them online to me, email, or you can mail them. Either way, snail mail or the other way, doesn't matter to me. Blue cards, they are the most forgotten forgotten things ever. But let me explain them to you. Blue cards are evaluations. So they basically tell me, as well as the executive members, both the national executive and the core level, kind of what's going on in your chapter. If we receive these, we're able to know how you're doing, what you're doing, how things are going. So it's kind of like you learn things in school and you take a test to see how you're doing. This is kind of us to know how it's going. Give us an evaluation of the programs you're doing, what you guys are liking, what you're not. It helps us know what you're struggling with, etc. So these need to be submitted. They can be submitted on the website now. They used to have to be emailed. So there's a very easy way. It's a form. You go in, you kind of just fill in all the bubbles, and you submit. And it sends me an email right away, which is a really awesome kind of jump into technology that we have finished. So it's a short evaluation of the different programs. These must be turned in. We need at least a couple of these, but you need to try to do them after every program, whether it's a chapter meeting, a Bible study, or a fellowship, all of those different 4 pillars. Please do a little bit of an evaluation. It tells us how many people attended, etc. Who can do these? Literally any members. We want all of the girls participating. So anyone can sit down and evaluate them. You guys can put up a computer at the end of a program, have someone kind of just log in and fill it out and send it in, and that's a great thing to do. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Do you guys have any questions for me? Any of the other members on an executive board? Anything about programming? I know that was a lot, and I know I'm a really fast talker. I've been told that now that I live in the South that Yankees talk too fast. So, but if you have any questions, now is a super time.